Hello everyone, welcome to a new video in the Cloud Patashala DevOps series. Today we would be looking at how to create a Git Merge, and also we'll be looking at creation of Git tags. So let's get started. I already have a repository where I made some changes. If I do a git diff, this will show me the delta that has been changed. So this is my Terraform repository where I have added comments to all the Terraform code that is creating the resources. So I would do a git status and I see that there are at least 4 files which have been modified and which can be pushed. So what I do is I do a git add. Once I do git add, let me see the status. So these files are now being tracked. So these are the 4 files. Now I would create a commit. The flag am and say added comments. Now if I do a git show ref, so this would show me all the tags that are already there or present in the current system. And while I do a git pull to see if there are more tags there on the git node, I would do a git show ref. So these are all the tags that we now have. So I already have tag till 0.0.5 underscore 9. So I would be creating a new tag 0.0.5 underscore 10 for it. There are multiple ways in which we could create a tag. So let's first do it in the graphical way. In this, what I'll do is push the changes because these are already committed. So I'll push the changes to the develop branch. And from the develop branch, I'll go to my Git repository. I already have this saying that there was a recent commit, and if I needed to create a pull request, if you're using GitLab, it's called as a merge request, and if you're using GitHub, it's called as a pull request. So here's a pull request that has been created, and if you see the delta, right, so this has the commit hash, and if you see the files that are changed, this is basically adding in some comments to it. I would merge this into my master. So it has merged one commit into the main branch from the develop branch. So if I go back to my branches now, and if I go to this, it says added comments, so that merge has already come in. What I do now is I go to tags, and I would see that there are already a lot of tags. So I'll go to a release and then create or draft a new release. I'll choose a tag. Now since I'm doing it fresh, so I'll say 0.0.5 underscore 10. So it would create a new tag. The target would be main with comments, right? And I would click on publish the release. Now this is the release. This has been published, and if you see, the release notes has also come in. Let's quickly see how to get this data or how I am using this data. For this, I would be quickly starting my virtual machine system and open this window. So this should give me the login prompt as in when the machine comes up. This is where my code lies. So I would go inside CP, and what I could also do is use the graphical user interface here to navigate through the stuff. So this is the Terragrant file, right? I'll open this in the text editor. Now if you see, this is the main Terragrant file, and if I go inside VPC and if I open this file, I'll change it to this, right? So this is what it says. I'll do a yes for all, and I already have it, so I'll come out. So now what I do is Terragrant init. So this is now initializing the backend, and we patiently wait for the configuration to be done, and it should be if you see, these files are now coming up with the comments that are there that we have just added in the earlier comment. So now let me go back to the earlier commit, right? So I would probably open this up and maybe I'll add another comment, maybe in the output dot was folder. These are all the outputs that would be needed in the next section of the code. So this is something that I have. I've just saved it. So if I again do a git status, now you will see that there is a modified file which is not being tracked. So I'll do a git add. If I do a git status, so this file is already being tracked. I'll do a commit -am added comments for output .tf, right? So this is done. So now if I show you the git reference, you would see that there are these many tags, but the tag we just created on the git server is not yet there. So I'll do a git pull. Now this should actually update the local repository with the new tag that we created, and now if I do a git show ref, this should have the newer tag also, which is this. Now we would be creating a new tag, so this is git tag -a, and I'll say v0.0.5_11 -m at the end, and say add tag to output. And if you see that the tag has been added, if I do a git show ref now, this would show me the new tag as well. All I have to do is a git push, and this should push all the changes to the developed repository, and I could create a merge request from the server itself. So I go back to this, I go to the developed branch, and this should have a new commit. So I would go to the pull request, and I would create a new pull request. Now this time it would be from the developed branch into the main branch, and I just click on create a pull request, and I do this. So this would be checking the compatibility. I merge the changes, confirm the merge, and tada! So the merge is now completed. So I would now go back to my. So what I could do is do a git push the origin and the name of the tag, which is this guy, and if I do this, so this should be pushing the tag to git. Now if I go back to my git repository, which is the developed branch, I should be seeing 22 tags here. And if I also go to the main branch, because we have already merged the changes, so this should also have the newer one. Now let's try to do the Terraform internet. Now this is initializing the backend. The backend would be initialized soon. So once the backend is initialized, let's quickly see what is the configuration file saying. So this is still pointing to the older repository. So I'll quickly edit this, and I'll change it to the latest version of a tag, the latest tag that we have. Now that we have the latest tag, I'll do run on plan. So this should now initiate the Terraform within the VPC folder, and we should be having the Terraform cache soon. Now that the Terraform cache is there, let's also see if the files that we just updated are getting the latest tags or not. So this is how we would get the latest tags on the server. So this is how we do it. Now if you would like to have the another tag, right, so let's quickly see if that's also something that we could do. So I'll just make one another change, maybe add a new tag and say I'll just leave it as it is, right, and then just say okay, this is not vi, so I'll just say this, it's still there. So I'll do a git commit -am added new line in comments this is done. If you do a git status, so this is already merged. I'll create a tag, git tag hyphen av0.0.5_12. I'll give a message, probably give the same message, add a new tag with the comments. So the merge is also done. I'll do a git push, so this should actually push the things on the develop branch, and I'd also push my tag. In order to get the list of tags, I would do a git ref, and I should get the tag, which is this. Now I'll also push the tag with this git push origin and the tag name. This should also push the tag. Now I'll go to the repository and create a merge request. So I'll do a pull request. I'll create a new request. I'll do this from the develop to the main branch. Create a pull request. This should automatically verify and confirm the merge. And once the merge is completed, we should be able to see in the main branch that we have 23 tags now, and this is the latest tag that we have. I'll go back to my Terragrant code. I'll do vpc terragrant.html. I'll change this to 12. Let's see this, and now let's do a run all plan, and we should be seeing if the changes have come back. The new changes have been applied to the output.tfr. So I'll quickly do this. I'll refresh the file system there, and if you see, the new line has come. So this is how tagging in Git works, right? And if you have to reference the Git tag in Git in a Terragrant resource, what we could definitely do is using the source code, which is doing git ssh this. Now the reason I'm using ssh is because the repository that I'm currently using is still private. We would definitely be making it public in the coming days. Thank you so much for watching the video. I hope you're liking the content. Please keep having a safe and good time. Thank you. Bye bye.